Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a new moon in Cancer reading for you. This new moon will be active by the time you receive this message. So this is explicitly towards your own reset, your own mental perspective, your own mindset. And this is to the core of the way you define yourself, and that includes your home, how you emotionally reset what you're understanding as a new beginning. And this is again reflecting on your pursuit of individual power and how that helps you to shape what you define as safe, protected, secure, and stable in your world. So I'm starting with the Serpent Wisdom Oracle, because they're beautiful. I think they're gorgeous. The key word is rebirth here, and I think this is perfectly in alignment not only with the energy of this new moon in Cancer, with special relevance for you, but also the way that we collectively have been working for at least since the beginning of this year, since really the end of last year, to really clear away a lot of old baggage, old habits and patterns, ways we are coming to a greater understanding of what that entails. Clearing away old baggage and old beliefs is not an easy process. This is a laborious process and requires a lot of courage and honesty, allowing illusions to slip away, to fall away, to actively interrogate your real beliefs and the actions that supported those old beliefs or were supported by them. So here you are in the throes of surrendering to not just the actions, habits, or beliefs that didn't work, but your own internal emotions that accompanied those. That can be anger, resentment, jealousy, frustration, and really just a sense of heaviness and being wrong, being mistreated, being rejected. That's heavy stuff to carry around. And particularly a sense that you just are tired of feeling that way when it comes to certain experiences you may be emotionally reviewing. At the frustration, I would also say, in wanting to surrender old attitudes and behaviors, but still feeling that emotional resonance that's as though it never happened. The release is not happening, or it's not sticking. So, and even for those of you that may be churning through past memories and are particularly frustrated that there seems to be an increase in the stories that you have once upon a time told yourself were the results of your experiences, those are in some ways an indication that you're really deeply purging these and identifying that they must be released with love. Love for you, with compassion, certainly forgiveness. All of that is an essential part to finally releasing and purging that toxicity within you that you carry around as a result of things that you feel were set in motion to harm you, or even unintentionally. So from the Crystal Spirit Oracle, I pulled the Jade, beautiful Jade. This I deeply associate with Cancer for some reason. Perhaps my mother was a Cancer and she loved jade. So that's one very positive association from my perspective. I'm going to read a little bit about jade from the guidebook. Essential meaning are treasures within. a consciousness of abundance, recognizing that you are more than enough. And the relationship message, which I'll begin with, reads, love can draw to you people who will see in you what you do not see in yourself and bring out the best in you. You don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. But what you can't do is wall yourself off when love is crying out for you to connect and expand. Let others help you to find your hidden treasures. Listen to those who encourage you and seek out the company of those who see the best within you. They are friends to treasure. And the prosperity message continues. You have more affluence than you imagine, and opening your eyes to the creative ways in which the universe has manifested abundance in material form reveals wonderful possibilities for your life. Outer conditions reflect past intentions. That's an interesting thought. And right now, you can begin with an idea, a hopeful belief, a thought form that can coalesce into future reality. Imagine you have latent strengths that will help you break away from the old patterns that kept you in a scarcity mentality. Open up to the realization that your hidden treasures are more than enough to change your outer conditions. You are meant to prosper. Well, that seems clear enough. I love it. So this really is about shifting your mindset. And I think a prosperity mindset is not solely confined to material wealth, but it's about conditions that cancers deeply rely on. That is comfort, safety, protection, security, and stability. It needn't be loud or flashy, but those are the key elements to a sense of freedom for you, a sense of liberation, that you are safe to expose what is a powerful, intuitive compassion in your presence. The Two of Cups. Seems to me to be very clearly a reflection of this ability and desire to deeply connect. And I do feel that for many of you, depending on where you are in your life, are readdressing relationships that once felt uh, broken or challenging for you, once that felt fractured perhaps, and that you are now understanding your own power to reconnect, your own way in which you no longer envision the flow of energy going from you to them, but recognize your interactions actually support you in a fundamental way, in a way that uh, expands your sense of personal gifts and capacity, which is, I think, the point of this kind of revelation. In the past, the Ace of Cups. This feels like a sense of family or self-definition that you have been working at for some time. You may have had some significant challenges with family members. You may have uh, worked at or been in conflict about the way to utilize resources that you share, perhaps as the result of the passing. If this is the case, the passing was extremely beneficial for you individually, not in the loss of someone that you cared about, but in the impact the growth of their impact throughout the process of their passing and being memorialized. So there's a way in which you felt more deeply and spiritually aligned with someone whose passing provided you with some kind of largesse, some kind of gift. And in the recognition of that, you may have had a very different perspective than those of family members who saw it in a different way. Let's just put it like that. I almost feel like you held the family together throughout this by identifying that important core principle that that person represented for you and for others as well. In the future, the chair or the justice card. I like this. In the Egyptian deck, this always looks to me like the chariot for some reason. I guess the two lion like animals make me think of a charioteer on the chariot, which is not the case here. Justice instead is talking about this balance that you have been able to affect over a period of time. This is something that may have happened in the past, but has been shaping you, increasingly shaping and balancing out your sense of having received some kind of gift that reinformed the gifts and talents you naturally have and are capable of providing for others. So there's something about your compassion, something about your ability to be safe, to be secure in such a way that you're able to extend this tremendous love, this tremendous protection and compassion towards others who you find in the same situation as you. This can relate to some challenges or problem solving that you are addressing in the future, some consult or advisement that you have given in a situation is going to be sought after in the future. You have a gift for understanding both sides of a negotiation or a contract and informing the process in a way that gives feedback that someone or some organization or authority may not be able to gain. But you have that knowledge and you are willing to advocate for those in a situation that you have found yourself in. And this advocacy is a part of the transition or the transformation of a sense of being harmed or uh, losing power to becoming empowered, to becoming firmly sighted within those treasures and gifts that you do have. So that you feel a sense of balance within, you feel a clarity about what you are deserving of, what your value is, and therefore the extension of that to others through a process of information. That empowerment looks like some kind of support that you're able to center or initiate for others in a similar situation. If this reading is resonating for you, Cancer, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I deeply appreciate all of you that are here and all the support that you give me in whatever way that is. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Two of Cups. Powerful relationship and connection in your life that is part of activating the sense of justice or balance you're receiving. And the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords. The Justice card is clarified by the Strength card and the Queen of Swords. So starting in the past, the Ace of Cups is shaped. This intuitive, compassionate need for stability and protection in your life has been shaped by your material circumstances. There's a way in which I believe your frugality, your simplicity of lifestyle is less a reflection of what is often called the scarcity mindset and more a reflection of the way you've learned to work with others. the way you scale your expectation in relation to the gifts and the effort that others are willing to put into that. So, this again is kind of emphasizing this idea that you have stood for or stood on the gift or inheritance, possibly, or largesse that you, as a member of another larger unit, and this is feeling like family because you're a Cancer, but it can be a place of employment. This can be a business in which you are uh, bringing awareness to the treasure, the gift, the abundance that is being generated by this passing of someone much beloved to you, by some kind of loss that comes through as a giant expression of love, an expression that shaped you to encourage others to work together to distribute this largesse. And this feels like a natural gift and talent ability you have, but this really stands in contrast to perhaps the team or family members that you were working with. The idea that others work together was a difficult one to sell. But by you doing your own part, even if it's a part you defined for yourself, in contrast to what others decided you should be doing, you were still able to craft something that seemed more fair than what others had originally seen as a fair distribution or divvying up of some resource. In the present, the Two of Cups is emphasized by the Two of Cups, and I always love that because it's emphasizing the desire for deeper connection. This is something you have thought and overthought. You've analyzed it. It gives you a strong sense of anxiety. This can be the failure of a partner to stay vitally engaged in a relationship. That can be one expression of this, but I'm thinking more overall, this is a larger, deeper connection with family members that have been perhaps disaffected from you, or that you feel have judged you negatively or have excluded you. I think you might find that your worry and anxiety about this is being eased as you release a sense of being available, being perfect, not making mistakes, holding up the banner for others. As you release that and really sink into your own intuition, your allies, your coworkers, your siblings or family members are more than eager to deeply connect to you through experiences and expressions of your ability to cooperate and model cooperation for others. Others have seen an aspect of you that they recognize as sorely lacking from their approach or experience. You have so much more to give through conflict that has been recognized by others. And you are resisting the idea that you are overwhelmed by what others need, by what others want, in place of establishing that deeper connection that you've experienced perhaps through the loss of this loved one, how it renewed a sense of your own capacity, your own ability to be compassionate and generous with those who were not being generous and compassionate with you. And in the future, the Justice card is clarified by the Strength and the Queen of Swords. And this is a similar emphasis. This is kind of showing me that you understand how to separate yourself from your powerful feelings. You can detach from them enough so that you can focus your energies on logical, reasonable, and just solutions for everyone. You're not concerned with getting the most or having the prize, or there's a lack of absence. There is the presence of sincere curiosity, a sincere inquiry into what would be fair for others as well as yourself. And this shows me that the strength that you have developed over a lifetime of being true to right action for yourself, being true to the best use of your power, and that power of vulnerability, of recognizing the needs of others, of protecting yourself when you understand that your needs are being disregarded. That has been a through line for you. That constitutes a sense of strength that elects you to help others who don't have the strength of your compassion, that are less willing to grant others the grace of understanding, of seeing their perspective. But this is something that has been consistent for you and is producing this balance in your life. And on this side of it now, it is about others wanting to pour into you because they see how you have poured into them. This is about balancing out this sense of you having to rush in and reassert the value of what you have and what you share with others, so that others are now recognizing that you are in possession of a quality that they may need to extend, to develop more, to recognize as non-threatening, to not hold on to their beliefs so firmly that they can't grant the opportunity to another to understand another perspective. I'm going to finish this reading with a crystal oracle, and there's the fairy stone. The key word is good fortune. I'm open to receive all the goodness the universe has to offer me at all times and in all ways. Good fortune. I'm sure many of you, many of us, are eager to receive some good fortune. So thank you, Cancer, for this lovely reading. And until next time, namaste.